Hi, and welcome to today's meditation. My name's Rich Moore, and thanks for joining me today. Today's meditation is called noting. It's a technique that we actually can use with other meditations that we do. And effectively, it helps the meditator, it helps you to create a little bit more clarity if the mind feels a little bit messy. So I'll walk you through the technique very quickly now, and then I'll guide you slowly and be there with you throughout while we slow the process down and actually close our eyes and go into meditation. And so this technique, as you notice thoughts coming up or sensations coming up, or feelings coming up, or emotions coming up and arising in awareness, so we don't get sucked into the story, all you do is you note it, almost like you're a scientist, you're observing an animal, as it were, in the wild, and you just take a note. And there's no judgment of that animal. You know, if you're observing a bird, long wings, big wingspan, red beak, golden feathers. Yeah, that's the noting. So we're going to use the same idea, but with what we observe in the mind. So for example, if I'm sitting and I'm meditating and I feel an itch, then you can just say to yourself, itch, or sensation. If you notice you're getting pins and needles in your feet, because they're crossed, you might just say pins and needles, or sensation. You can then also add, if you like, another note, which could be pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So if I have pins and needles in my feet, I might say pins and needles, unpleasant. We can also apply this to different feelings, not just sensations, but feelings and emotions. So if I notice that anger is arising, I might say emotion, anger, unpleasant. So can you see the nature of the non-judgment and just clear, simple noting, not getting lost in story? So take a moment to sit comfortably, legs crossed or sitting with your feet on the floor. Most important thing as always is back is straight in a healthy posture, and you're in a position where you won't just fall asleep, because that's not going to do anyone any good. That's not meditation, that's sleeping. And we're here to meditate. So just finding your way to drop in to a calm space. Notice your breath. Notice your body. Just relaxing your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Not trying to do anything with the breath, just allowing the body to breathe on its own, not interfering. Inhale, exhale. Stomach rises and falls. And then using your breath as the anchor today. So we'll do a breath awareness meditation using the technique of noting on top. So noticing the breath, inhale, exhale, rising, falling, rising, falling. and everything else is the background. Just noticing the breath. And you may start to notice some thoughts come up. So if a thought comes up, you can just note it, like that scientist, like that zoologist, that observer, noting. Thought. If another thought comes up, you can just say to yourself, quietly, gently, thought. And it's not like whack-a-mole, we're not trying to do it aggressively. It's just, thought. And even if it appears as though the same thought has arisen, it's not the same thought. Just noting it, thought, not getting lost in the story. And maybe you start to add in whether it's pleasant, unpleasant or neutral. So thought and then pleasant, or thought and unpleasant, or thought and neutral. And also noticing if you have any sensations that are coming up. Any sensations in the body. Just noting sensation. And then if you'd like, adding pleasant, unpleasant or neutral. Or if you have an itch of any kind, you could label it itch. And then you're not itching it, you're just labeling it, noting it. It can be fun if you have an itch or a uncomfortable sensation to not change positions. I encourage you, don't change positions, don't itch, don't scratch it. Notice what your mind does when you don't just immediately go and react by itching, and instead you can decide not to. And remembering, this is just practice. If you're finding it hard, that's okay. It's fine. Just being kind to yourself, patient with yourself. We're looking at process here, not outcome. And then noticing if there's any other emotions or feelings arising. Any thoughts, just noting thought, feeling, sensation, I'm going to leave you for a moment now. I'll still be here and I'll be minding the time. And you just continue noting, using the breath to anchor you back if you get lost in a story. And then just noting again. Maybe even noting if you got lost in thought. Just put lost in thought. Then come back to the breath. And just as we come to the end of the meditation, just congratulating yourself on showing up, on learning something new or practicing something you've already tried before, the noting technique. And this noting technique can be used with many calm abiding meditations, so focus meditations, focus on breath, focus on body, focus on any object. So I want to say thank you for meditating with me today. When you're ready, opening your eyes, maybe a smile comes across the face if it feels appropriate. Amazing work today. And I look forward to seeing you in another meditation soon. Have a great day.